This is Tilak. Welcome back to VBCS tutorial. Today we are going to see how to save the child record which is added in the array data provider. In the last two sessions we saw that how to edit the data. I mean line edit the table and how to create the line edit. We saw that. Today we are going to see how we are going to save the data. Okay. Now the save is going as part of this record. So now let's go back to this one. Now look at that, how we are going to do that. Let me go to the action chain. Probably there's something called save value item change value. No, that maybe, is it that one? No, it is not the one. So let me go to action chain. Create a person statement, create chain. That's what it is. Okay. Now what is happening here? This I'm closing it. I don't want this part. I'm closing this part. Now here there's a two part. One is if it is create what happened. One is edit what happened. That's what we are having here. In both the cases, saving we have to do that. Okay. Now what we do here, we create a one more action chain. That is, I go here, I create action chain called say. Okay, I'll put save. Save page dev. Okay. And this I am accepting two parameters here. One is the period ID as well as the one is the period ID, other one is the statement person statement action person statement period ID. Okay, again these are the two foreign keys. Okay, now why do you need that? The reason what happened is there's a possibility when you are creating a data, you might have created the data without having that to information. That's a possibility. Okay, so that's the reason I'm whenever in the create, if the edit that should be fine. The create mode we need that too. Okay, so I'm creating a variable called period ID number. Creating person statement period ID. There is also number create, and these should be parameter. Okay, I'm making it enable. I'm not making it. If I can make it okay, that's no wrong. They can send even the edit also they can send it. There's nothing wrong in that. But we may not use it. Okay, this is up to you. You want to make it required or you just enable it. Is up to you. So both are basically made it required. That is fine. Now we are going to that diagram. Here we are going to loop the variable. Okay. Now how do we do that? Okay. Now for each. Okay. For each of what? For each of. Let it go here. Assign the value. Okay. Now the ADP is object. This is the array or collection. This is what we are doing here. Okay. Within the data, basically what we are doing is the LDB data. Okay. Now this will be called save. Now I can give an alias for the row, or it is called current. Give an alias for the row. Now I got the row here. Okay. Now there's a two part, whether you are adding it or not. Okay. Now how do I make the difference? Okay. Now if where is this thing here? Okay. Now you, the condition is okay. But current, I believe is ID. I believe it's ID. I don't know the current data ID. I don't know. Let me do one thing. Let me kind of make sure I put a something to make sure, like, make sure. Let me see current data ID. Okay, current ID. I'm putting a current ID. I just forgot the current ID or current data ID. Okay, if the current ID is greater than equal to 0, or we can put the other way around. Okay, that's fine. So current ID, it is update. Okay, so there's no problem. So now what we do here is we update the record. No. Now what we do here is okay, we have to insert the data. Let me, before that we do that, I make sure that what I'm getting is a current data or anything. Okay, now what I do here is I go back to my actions chain. Okay, let me do one thing here. It is, in the end, it is kind of returning it. Okay, just returning it nicely. So that's not issue with that part. Okay, it is returning it. Okay, I just call the return here. So it will be returned. Now I go back to parent. I mean that create person, go back to parent. It has to be called. Okay, before notification we will call it. Okay, because this is where send a variable parent. Call was success. Okay, now this is a create part. This is a call was. So I am also going to call action chain here. Okay, I am going to call it here. Okay, when I'm calling it here, uh, it is save page differ. Okay, in the save page, there's a two variables are here. So now how do we assign the variable? Now whatever that data is coming from here, body. I'm sorry, this is not the actions. Is the result or result body. Okay, the ID will go to the this one and the period ID goes to here. So basically we are sending the ID and the period ID. That is fine here. Then the same call can happen here also for the edit part. For the edit part, the same call can happen here, same base definition, but the assignment can come from the variable directly. You don't have to come from the result of it because that should have a value. Okay, page, what's that period? No, person statement period. So the ID goes to here, the period ID goes to here. So basically that is happening here. Now let's see, we do some changes, even without changes also fine, like okay, we can kind of save it again. Let's see what happens. Let me come back here. Okay, let me come here. Okay. Let me create a data B summary. So I'm coming here. Okay. There's one more thing we can here is some kind of a, like, when you are creating or you are editing it, like, till you are coming out, this should be disabled. So basically, when you are in the mode of editing or creating it, this should be disabled. This should not work. Okay, the same way this also should not work. You can do that kind of control. Okay. Okay. Now that logic you can add that. Okay. You can add a variable, like, whenever you are coming in doing it, and like when you are coming out the variable, you can make it false. So only it is false, only like, true or false, whichever way. Then only you should like enable this one. That can be done. Okay. Let me go here. So basically this is not right. Okay. So let me come here, because okay, we are not validating yet, like, what are the rows value change. We are not validating yet. So that we'll do it later. Now we try to, like, every row will update it, every row will like, every new row will create it. Okay. So that is not right to me. So current data ID, the same way here also. Let me see current data ID. Okay. Okay. Why I'm not getting the variable? Let me have a look at that. I'm not looking at it properly. Should be, yeah, current is there. Yeah, it was my name. Okay. Okay. The current data ID. So anyway, let me check it one time. Then we are right. Okay. So let me refresh. So I'm going here. So I'm just saving it. I'm not doing anything. See, the number came. The current data ID is came here. So, like, that's fine here. Okay. Now if I go back, if I add a data, you suppose to get a one negative number. Okay. Copy. Coming here, it is there. You save, probably the first number must be negative. So -5. So okay. That is perfectly fine for us. Okay. So now we can do the saving part. So now we know the current data ID is minus. So if the current data ID is greater than 0, so that is update. So what are we going to do here is we are calling the REST service. Okay, we are going to update that. Okay, now which service we are going to update it? Page definitions. Okay, page. Okay, the one better we are doing that is we are doing here is we can create a one assignment here. We can do one assignment here, so we can use that rather than using the current data, everything. That makes the life little easier to understand the whole thing. Okay, I'm doing here that. Okay, I am assigning the. Okay, let me come here. Okay, assigning the current data to. Assigning the current data to. We have a page. Was a page program, right? So I'm assigning that to. That's the data I'm assigning that to here. Page data. The current data is only one, right? The index is fine, the current data is only one. So let me, okay. So you are not initializing to empty, into that you are assigning it. So data goes here, based goes here. Is it a data with the index? No, there's only one data console of that. Okay, one data is expression. It is going here. Now this also I'm changing that to make sure, like, I'm getting the right variable. This is not a current data ID no more. This is supposed to be the person based of ID. Okay, variable based of ID. So same thing goes here. Fire notification. It is not really fire notification. I don't know. Okay. So here also I'm going here. I'm not using that part. So let me make sure base the flow ID is used. Okay. Okay. Now let me go and do the same thing here. Okay, let me do a, I don't know, a call. I leave that part later. Okay, this is what I'm having it. Let me do one more testing it. The variable is having the right number. That's what I'm trying to do that. Go here. Add a variable. Copy. Okay, so there. Let me see the ID is right. Okay, the ID is coming. So whatever ID we are using this still is perfectly fine. Okay, so I can carry on with that. My insert and the update. Greater than 0, we are going to edit the row. I mean, we are going to update the row in the table or like no or VB object. In our case, it's a VB object. Anyway, we are calling the REST service for update. Okay, and selecting here and going here, page definitions and the batch. Okay, when that is called, we have to map the page definition ID. Okay, now when you are matching the page definition ID, page def row because that is populated, so it's a page definition ID is going here. That is saved. Now we have to do a body. Okay, so that is page def body goes here. So now the update is happening here. If it is greater than 0, okay, greater than equal to 0 is update. Now less than 0, it is coming to create. Okay, before creating it, we need to give a ID. Okay, the we have to clean the primary key. We have to clean the primary key. We have to assign that foreign keys. That's what we are going to do. Or the parent key. We call it foreign key and the parent key. So we do the assignment here. Okay, and go to assignment here. Okay, now page the row, page period, page the flow. Okay, that is I'm giving it now. Okay, name page the file period ID. I'm giving the period ID, assigning the period ID, statement ID, period statement ID. Okay, so this is foreign key, this is here, this is here. Okay, now I'm going to insert the or I'm going to Okay, that is done. Now let's see, we'll work on that. Okay. So once it is done, basically it is going to come out of that into the return. Once it is done. Okay, there's a weakness is here. This is logic. That is, even if you don't change the row, it is going to be either updated or edited. Okay, performance wise, there is not a right thing, but we will come back to that in a later session. As of now, we are going to take care of editing and creating it. Okay, now let me go here. This here, I believe. Okay, page setup. Okay, let me create one. I'm telling that is test top page and coming out of it. Test is done. Section of total earnings. I say it is earnings. I mean yes. Okay. Monitor section of total earnings. Okay. Now let me save. Let me take this in. Error responding during rest action. Okay. Error responding during rest action. Error responding during rest action. Update completed. I am not sure what is that error here. I have no idea. Let me look at that. Okay. First of all, let me go. Okay. Let me come here. Okay, let me go here. Then I'm coming back. Let's see if anything happened. Create anything happened. Let me have a look at that. It is not changed. Okay. Neither create is happened nor it is happened. There is something wrong. I don't know what is wrong. Okay. Now we don't this notification. Okay, I'm taking this one out of it. Okay. This is I just give one more information. Like create period. So I know what is pairing. This is update period. Okay. Open here. Let me see here, like what is around here? Assign a variable. Okay, the assign the variable didn't happen here. That is wrong. So basically, no, I thought I did that. Okay, okay. Now let's see. Go here. Page depth row. Okay, page depth row is current data. Page depth row is current data. Empty. So basically, this is next time is empties and do that. Is it that something will happen? I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Go back. Let's see. Okay. Now we go to the total earnings. Okay. Let me do one by one. The earnings. See. Okay. Now I'm going back. So basically, like the earnings is working. The earnings is working. Okay. A little that section. Now I say just here. Just here. Here. So just is there. Okay. Just this here. That is fine. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, looks like that is also saved without any error. Now I'll go back to here. Let me see the test is here. Yeah, test is done. So basically that whatever we are updating it, and whatever we are doing here, it is perfectly working. I don't see any problem with that part. Okay. So update and creation is done. Now, the only thing is we have to improve the performance. We'll do it in our next session. Okay. If you have any questions, anything, please let me know. Thank you. Bye.